Hello and welcome to Galaxy Primetime News. My name is Nenwar Ngiyomazaka and we'll begin with the headlines. President Bola Tinubu says the economic partnership trade between Africa and China has reached an estimated $280 billion. The minority caucus of the House of Representatives condemns the recent increase in the price of petrol by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC). On the foreign scene, Olympic athlete Rebecca Cheptegei dies after being doused in petrol and set on fire by a former boyfriend. Details with these and more we come to you shortly. Do stay with us. And on the news in full. President Bola Tinubu says the economic partnership between Africa and China has grown, reaching an estimated $218 billion. The president made the assertion on Thursday at the ongoing forum on China-Africa Cooperation (FOCAC). He said the impressive figures speak volumes about the extent of the economic relationship and expanded integration of member countries' markets. The president stated that China's Belt and Road Initiative aligned with Africa's own infrastructure goals under the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, stating that the alignment offers even a greater promise. The president explained that the success of FOCAC and their broader partnership emphasizes the important truth that global progress is not a zero-sum game, adding that by working together and joining hands for looking for that win-win solution, the forum will create opportunities for success, the people, development and shared prosperity.
Celebrating the remarkable partnership between Africa and China, a bond that has not only endured but has grown stronger since its inception in the early 50s. This relationship has transcended continents, challenges, and become a true testament to the power of mutual respect and cooperation.
The minority caucus of the House of Representatives has condemned the recent increase in the price of petrol by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC). Representative Kingsley Chinda, the leader of the minority caucus in the House, said this in a statement in Abuja. He said that the development was not only ill-timed but also grossly insensitive to the harsh economic conditions currently being experienced by Nigerians across the country. Chinda said that the hike is coming at a time when the nation is grappling with unprecedented economic challenges. He added that a further increase in the price of gasoline will not only exacerbate the suffering of the average Nigerian. The lawmaker said that the ripple effect of such an increase were far-reaching impacts in the cost of transportation, food and other essential goods and services. He said that these will ultimately erode the already fragile purchasing power of millions of citizens, pushing more families into poverty. The coalition of northern groups, CNG, has rejected the latest unjustifiable increase in fuel prices by the Federation government across the country. The coalition, in a statement issued and signed by its national coordinator, Comrade Jamilu Aliyu Cheranchi, maintained that an increase in fuel prices is tantamount to creating artificial raises in prices of goods and services in the country because of the centrality of fuel to the economy and the domino effect that naturally resonates such jack-up. CNG revealed data from the government-owned National Bureau of Statistics and other authoritative organizations such as Food and Agriculture Organization, World Bank and African Development Bank had confirmed that millions of Nigerians are deeply entangled in poverty and food insecurity, which quantify their consequences for the country. It reminded President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that Nigerians had not voted for the group managing director of the NNPCL or any other unelected official, noting that the people elected Tinubu as president, and it is expected that he governs with compassion, empathy, and a deep understanding of the hardships faced by ordinary Nigerians. The federal government have been called to intervene and caution major marketers who are the tank farm owners for allegedly instigating a arbitrary increase in the pump price of premium motor spirit (PMS), also known as fuel or petrol, in the interest of the masses. Some residents and motorists in Makurdi expressing pains following the increase in petrol pump price at various filling stations visited, despite federal government pegging the pump price at 889 naira per litre, while they lamented the worsening situation, which they say has escalated prices of food items in the market. They appealed to the government to reduce the price of petrol at least to 500 naira for the masses.
Some filling stations are even selling 1,300 naira, and some, this price is not the same at all. We are bringing to government that they should reduce the price of fuel so that the cost of things in the market will reduce. So this is our bringing to the government. Let the price of fuel come back at least 500 naira is okay for us.
If you buy fuel at a rate of 1,030 naira, you will earn nothing. So at least I am appealing to government should at least deep into this matter. They should reduce the fuel. I don't really know how they will do it because the economy is high now, but I believe that once fuel is down, it's at a lower price, everything will come down.
Today we are buying fuel in the fish station at the cost of 150 naira per litre, 1,200 naira per litre, 1,150 per litre. You are facing a lot of difficulty in life.
Meanwhile, the businessman who deals in petroleum products says the major problem of this increase in pump price is mostly caused by corrupt major marketers, owners of these tank farms, in complicit with some ranking officials of NNPCL, saying not until this is affected, there will be no headway.
And now, some of the new politicians that took over this present administration, they have their refineries outside the country. They want to continue bringing in product to this country to sell, while they don't want our refinery to work. If we want to solve this problem, no importation, let our refinery come to work and give them mandate when these refineries will come up. Now the cabals of the tank farm owners has hijacked the products.
As part of ensuring a holistic approach towards provision of effective palliative for flood victims across the country, the National Economic Council have called for more collaboration and planning among the sub-national government, arising from its latest meeting, which was presided over by Vice President Kashim Shettima. The Council reconstituted the Flood Committee, which has governors of Kogi, Bayelsa, Oyo, Ebonyi, Jigawa and Bauchi as members. Briefing State House correspondent after the meeting, Governor of Nasarawa State Abdullahi Sule explained that all the state governments have been given till Monday next week to submit details of the damage caused by the recent flood in their states.
The council also has decided that by Monday there is also going to be Monday will be the deadline for all the states of the Federation to submit detail of damages, including farms, schools, bridges that have been affected by the last flood. And Mr. Chairman mentioned that it will be taken into consideration for appropriate support to the various states.
Also at the meeting, there were in attendance the founder of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bill Gates, and chairman of Aliko Dangote Foundation, which will robust these costs on the state of nutrition in the country. The Minister of Health, Professor Ali Part, hinted that NAC has agreed to set up a food and nutrition security task force at the national and sub-national levels towards ensuring that acute nutrition is addressed.
One aspect that I am to brief Nigerians is following on the discussion reported on flooding food systems. There was a conversation around the state of nutrition in Nigeria, because nutrition is key to Nigeria's human capital development, and the need for federal government's effort to deliver relief will also to be complemented by the state governments.
The Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Bashir Adeniyi, has disclosed the seizure of illicit goods, military camouflage and other illicit drugs worth 31.2 billion naira by the Area 2 Command of the Service on net ports in Rivers State. The Controller General disclosed this at the Onesi ports in Rivers State while displaying the seized illegally smuggled goods in 12 to 40 feet containers. He said the seizures were made in strict compliance with customs laws, particularly concerning concealment, false declaration, and the importation of prohibited items. The Controller General, who expressed delight, said the repeated incidents of smuggling of illicit goods through the port was of grave concern to the nation's security.
The seizures on display include 1. A 40-footer container of 4,800 pairs of military/paramilitary camouflage rain boots and 67,320 pairs of various rubber footwear with a total duty paid value 943,040,000 naira.
Adeniyi condemned the continued violation of import guidelines by some individuals who engage in the route for illicit businesses, as he declared a 3-month emergency protocol at on airports to check the trend. He also urged the public to contribute their quota to security through information sharing.
It is therefore a matter of regret that criminal elements in the international supply chain are currently exploiting our pro-trade stand to commit atrocities that border on national security. Effective immediately, we will be implementing emergency protocols at on airports. For the next 3 months, we will be conducting very thorough examinations on all suspicious containers. The operation that resulted into these seizures is not only a testament to the command's vigilance, but also to the effectiveness of our intelligence network and critical partnerships that we have maintained with other security agencies. We are therefore calling on all patriotic citizens to assist us in this crucial endeavor.
You're still on to Galaxy Primetime News, and coming up next. The federal government decries the level of infrastructural decay at the federal government's Academy School for the Gifted and Talented in Suleja, Abuja. Details of these will be come to you shortly. Do stay with us. We're glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTVNews. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp if you have breaking news around you. Simply share a story by sending short clips or videos of news on 018-666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate a live update and comment. Meanwhile, you can also scan our IG QR code. The federal government has decried the level of infrastructural decay at the Federal Government Academy, the school for the gifted and talented in Suleja. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, after an inspection of facilities at the school, assured that the present administration has decided to incorporate the academy into its vision for skill acquisition in Nigeria. Correspondent Kulujo completes the story.
The School for the Gifted and Talented in Suleja was established by the administration of Ibrahim Babangida in 1990 for the gifted children and is fully funded by the federal government. The institution that is tuition-free, unlike its contemporaries, is fast losing its relevance due to increasing rates of infrastructural decay. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, who was on the spot assessment to the school, said he decided to lead a fact-finding team to the institution following a series of reports received by the ministry. He revealed that the school started with old facility and maintenance has been a problem, adding that what is on ground does not answer the expectations of the school on what it should be.
Now, what we have seen, it doesn't really answer our expectations of the type of school that it should be. They have achieved some mileage, but that's not the destination we should be looking at. And we didn't want to be in the office just to be receiving reports. There have been teams who came here to inspect these things and check things out. We were not satisfied with the report. We wanted to see it for ourselves, what is on the ground. And we are happy we came, and the principal has done her bit within the limited resources available to her, and is probably also one of the very few places where students are supposed to be here free. You know, nothing, they don't pay anything.
Based on the discovery, the minister has therefore extended the resumption dates for students of the school by 10 days. Not only that, Professor Mamman made known the intention of the Tinubu-led administration to showcase the school, ensure provision of required infrastructure, and make the academic environment suitable for its purpose.
As you know, this is the only school of its type in the country. It is called the National School for the Gifted, where we are supposed to assemble students who demonstrate special aptitude and capacity to come here for special training. And for us, we need to showcase the school, and for us to do that, we need to see that the necessary supporting infrastructure is there, that the academic environment is suitable for that purpose. And this is a place set up in 1990. About 30 years now, 30 years plus. Now, it started off on an old site, old facilities, and so maintenance has been a problem. But what we have seen is a very active community engagement through the PTA that have been very active, and then some of the sets of the school have been very, very active. We've seen what 2004 set have done.
He urged the management of the school not to relent, but should continue to work towards the attainment of the set objectives of the academy, which is harnessing potentials for national development. From Suleja, Kunle Ojo, Galaxy TV.
Arewa Consultative Forum ACF has expressed its concerns over the increasing continuous insecurity affecting the region, which the Apex Social Cultural Body said whatever it takes, the security crisis in northern Nigeria must end for the survival of the North depends on it. The meeting, which was presided over by Alhaji Bashir Mohammed, Wazir Nduse, and Chairman, the Board of Trustees of the Arewa Consultative Forum, in a communique which was read by Professor Mohammed Tukur Baba, the National Publicity Secretary, and the other stakeholders say it was a time to unite the North for the growth and development of the region.
Should do a lot more to build trust and affection between and amongst its people. Accordingly, Northerners belonging to different ethnic, religious, and other groups are enjoined not to call each other with derogatory or offensive names, such as Arne, such as Mushiriki, and others that do not promote inclusion but actually promote exclusion and division.
I've not seen a meeting that has given hope and commitment towards the unity of this country like this meeting. I'm very proud and happy to have attended this meeting. And the leadership of ACF, especially under the chairmanship of Wazir Nduze, is a very credible leadership. People who are run-of-the-mill public officers, people who know the dynamics of good living, the dynamics of unity.
Think that what is happening in the north is not capable of affecting other parts of Nigeria. Therefore, the problems in the north today are the problems of Nigeria. I am happy that this meeting is on the right track to begin to address some of the biting issues, that the underlying factors that created the situation in which we are.
The police command in Oyo State has confirmed the kidnapping of Benedict Akika, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) by gunmen. The command's public relations officer, SP Adewale Osifeso, confirmed the incident. Gunmen abducted Akika on Tuesday evening at his residence in Olorunda-Aba, Lagelu local government area of Oyo State. Osifeso said that the command had commenced investigation into the matter. He said that the public would be adequately updated as soon as investigation was concluded on the incident. An eyewitness said that gunmen stormed Akika's residence in what appeared to be a well-coordinated attack. The witness said the gunmen overpowered his security personnel and whisked him away in a vehicle, leaving behind a trail of panic and confusion in the community. Following the Commissioner of Police directives on manhunt of bandits across the state, the command has successfully arrested 11 kidnapped suspects. The command also recovered 6 fabricated AK-47 rifles, 2 pump-action guns, 2 English pistols, 1 fabricated single-barrel gun, cash sum of 900,000 naira and other exhibits. A statement issued by the command spokesman ASP Mansur Hassan on Thursday said the same vein. He said that on the 2nd of September 2024, acting on credible information about a suspicious movement of bandits, police operatives laid an ambush in a motor park, stressing that a search was conducted, leading to the recovery of 4 fabricated AK-47 rifles hidden within a consignment. According to Mansur, at about 15:10 the following morning, 6 suspects were arrested in connection to the incident, pointing out that the suspects are Lawal Mutala, Isa Kabiru, Awal Surajo, Kamala Lawal, Umar Adamu, and Kabiru Liman. The Edo State Police Command have paraded 4 suspects for attempting to steal artifacts worth over 500 million naira belonging to the Esama of Benin Chief Gabriel Ebenudion. The suspects were said to have been arrested at his Benin residence after they scaled his fence before his security men swapped on them. Addressing journalists, the Edo State Police spokesperson Moses Yamu narrated how the suspects were arrested. Now moving on to the next story. The Action People's Party has condemned the attack on the Rivers State Party Secretariat by unknown hoodlums barely 3 weeks after an explosive attack on the Secretariat. The party also vowed that it is not threatened by the attacks as it is a moving train that cannot be stopped, and it is determined to secure victory in the October 5th local government council polls. Chairman of the party in Rivers State, Honorable Sonny Wokiwoko, in a statement made available to journalists, said the attack, which left the guard at the Secretariat injured, will not deter them from their set goals. According to him, the continuous assault on the Action People's Party is as a result of what he described as their popularity in Rivers State and the support it is ignoring from the resident. He advised against engaging in diverse politics, while also emphasizing that politics should not be associated with warfare. You're still on to Galaxy Primetime News. We'll quickly take a break, and when we return, the news continues. Just stay with us. We're glad to have you back, and now to carry the rest of the stories. Residents of communities near the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) are experiencing environmental degradation over a toxic chemical release that has killed plants in the residential areas. The chemical released since Wednesday has caused widespread damage to vegetation and animals, raising concerns about the health and safety of residents. Galaxy TV Bosa Nyakusak sent in this report from Kaduna State.
Environmental degradation is a process through which the natural environment is compromised in some way, reducing biological diversity and the general health of the environment. This process can be entirely natural in origin, or it can be accelerated or caused by human activities. The community in Kaduna State has been affected by these environmental challenges, largely which is affecting both plants and animals. The alarming report emerging from Kampam community in Chikim local government area of the state, alerting a severe environmental and public health crisis that demands immediate attention. The community says the Kaduna Refinery, a subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, has been releasing toxic chemicals that are not only killing local wildlife but also devastating crops and making community members, particularly children and women, gravely. The situation threatens the livelihood of local farmers, exacerbates food insecurity, and undermines the overall health of the general public.
Not knowing that it was a chemical of the refinery that exploded from, although we don't know what happened, but I started seeing my chicken. One of my the chicken is a big one. We saw the dead body early in the morning.
Last week, Thursday, when this whole thing started, on Wednesday, everyone their ground, they went to farm, everything was alright. On Thursday morning, we woke up and started seeing that some places, some farm have died immediately. Especially if you go up, it killed maize immediately, turned them white. So here it didn't affect because we are not more near the refinery. Because if you go up, you will meet some farms that there's no green, it has turned white, completely white.
The ripple effects extend beyond Kapam community. They pose a significant risk to the broader Kaduna State, potentially endangering the health of surrounding communities and ecosystems. This crisis raises serious questions about the commitment of government to protect its citizens and the environment. Allowing such dangerous practices to continue will not only tarnish the government's reputation, but also ridicule its stated goals of sustainable development and public health protection. The incident has sparked outrage and concern among community members who are calling for compensation for their crops killed by the toxic chemicals.
How we feel bad? Well, now we feel bad. We do not expect this thing that will happen. We feel very bad, very well. Some of us, my friend, especially this my younger one, she's not well. Oh.
Start for the farm, and then after the farm, we come here our body. They do us anyhow. We go here like your throat go be, it go the dry. Either it go feed your body the kind thing like you know get power. So even they weak. I myself I did not vomit because it is my throat now that I'm feeling this thing, the pains. So when I went there, I told them I'm feeling pains because we are from medical district test. They test my BP. They said the BP has raised up. I said yes, I have the BP too. I have it. Even ulcer, I have ulcer, and my chest too is pending. So BP is always, when things happen, it will happen. You will feel it.
The team, led by NNPC's Mahmoud Ibrahim, said they will do all they can to ensure the relationship with their neighbors doesn't go bad, as a promise to look into the unfortunate situation.
They are even our security. When they are here, nobody will attack our facility. So these are the permanent role they play. So they play very vital, they provide information for us. And when you look at those who are working, 90% of those who are working, they are all from this community. And I promise them, by special grace of God, we are going to look at their grievances, we are going to find it.
Decisive and comprehensive action in response to the crisis in Kapam community is needed. In addition to investigating the root causes, the government should provide immediate support to cushion the impact on the community by mitigating the immediate risks of food insecurity and health hazards.
For Nigeria as a country to witness the needed growth and national development, it must give priority attention to building data with all the macroeconomic variables to enable it plan and execute policies and programs that will make meaningful impact on its citizens and give directions like other developed economies of the world. Correspondent Gabriel Odia, who files in this report, takes a look at the importance of statistical data for national development.
I discovered that we want to get data on some macroeconomic indices, even in Massachusetts now. You will get it. And this is not generated by the Federal Bureau of Statistics in the US. Same thing in Britain and even in Japan. But in Nigeria, even the federal agencies seem to be sleeping. Which is why when you carry out data from Nigeria, you will discover that most of these top-ranking journals, they don't take any data from Nigeria serious.
The only thing our politicians know is how to cast vote and go to National Assembly, how to make money and flee abroad. But I don't know the data of their citizens. Like you can see, Makurdi is a metropolitan state. Without statistics, there is no way development can thrive. If you ask Benin people, what is the population of Benin, they will say above 5 million or 7 million. Nobody can actually give you exactly data.
The federal government has been advised to create an enabling environment for visual artists to thrive, particularly young artists. This moves key stakeholders in the creative industry say is capable of boosting the nation's GDP. Correspondent John Felix completes the story.
Nigeria's creative sector is a thriving industry driven by young and talented individuals, from film to music, fashion and visual art. The country's creative sector holds significant global influence and has the potential to become a prominent exporter of Nigerian culture. Despite facing challenges related to informal business structures, the sector has contributed substantially to Nigeria's GDP. In Ogun State, the Society of Nigerian Artists at an exhibition said the creative industry in Nigeria is poised for remarkable growth, provided government creates an enabling environment for visual artists to thrive.
The economic value of art is very, very paramount. It's very, very necessary. The developed countries, they utilize art as collateral. Art is utilized. People who have money, they buy art because they know it cannot lose value. It will appreciate. It appreciates. So artworks appreciates with time. And so in economic, in Nigeria, we can use it as well to what's it called, to enhance or generate incomes for people and for those who are idle.
Because the first thing that placed the map of Nigeria on the world map is even arts. Talking about Benin expeditions and Nok arts, Igbo-Ukwu arts, Ife arts, and several things like that. So, despite the fact that what art already contributed to the development of Nigeria, it's like Nigeria is not giving the due recognition that should be given to art, and that is the reason why we are coming up with this program.
These artists say visual arts can potentially become the world's fastest growing creative sector market. They say Nigeria's overdependence on oil has not helped much in identifying true talent in Nigeria.
They are really losing because you know what we do is we concentrate on our what's it called, on oil, on things that are in the nature. We think when we bring the resources from but the resources are not really there anymore. And if they are there, it has been considered to the Western world. But art for you in every facet, because when you talk about art, it cut across every area. The three-dimensional, the graphic aspect is there, the two-dimensional is there, and when we talk about two-dimensional, do you know that photography is part of it?
At this point in time, I think it is high time that the government take their responsibility as it should be. Make available the enabling environment that can make art to trend.
We are trying to bring art to the people and we want to make them know what is happening within the city of Abeokuta and Ogun State.
Some young artists speak on their works.
You can see color radiating on the piece. You can see a lot of volume of colors, represented on this canvas. This is a thread work created. This piece was created 2022, and it's a masterpiece on its own. Thread on canvas.
In Africa, we like to meditate. Anything that we want, we first of all meditate. So he's trying to meditate. Probably she needs something. So this is looking into the future and so on.
The creative industry in Nigeria is witnessing a significant advancement in technology. With the much needed support, artists in Nigeria can do much more. From Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, John Felix reporting for Galaxy Television News.
The Federal High Court in Abuja has reserved judgment to the suit filed by the All Progressive Congress (APC) against the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) against the conduct of local government election in Rivers State. Justice Peter Lifu said that a date for the judgment will be communicated to parties to the suit when it is ready. Correspondent Kuliojo reports that the judge on Thursday reserved judgment date after counsel to all parties adopted the various legal positions for and against the suit. During proceedings on Thursday, the court listened to all pending preliminary applications, including those seeking a joinder brought by the Social Democratic Party SDP and the Boot Party BP, as well as the substantive suit. The court equally heard motions filed by Chief Godi Uche-San for change of counsel and another seeking the discontinuance of the suit on behalf of the Rivers State chapter of the APC. Uche filed and argued an application for change of counsel. Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, the Director General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC), says the nation's pharmaceutical sector is currently under construction to increase local production of drugs. She made this known at the 7th Nigerian Pharma Manufacturers Expo holding in Lagos. She said the country had surpassed 30% local drug production. He said that drug importation addiction will be reversed while local manufacturing will be intensified. Adeyeye, who described the development as a great feat, said Swiss Pharma had become the first indigenous manufacturer in Nigeria, West and Central Africa to have 2 of its drugs added to WHO pre-qualified drugs. She said that NAFDA contributed technical support prior to WHO site inspection and valuable insight into objective review of corrective and preventive actions to make it a reality. The Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria, Quran, says the commencement of production of premium motor spirit PMS by Dangote Refinery has reinforced Nigeria's position on the global energy stage. Chairman of the association, Momo, said this in a statement while congratulating Aliko Dangote and his team at the Dangote Refinery on the remarkable achievement of commencing the production of PMS. He said that the refinery commencement had put the country on the path of self-sufficiency in petroleum products refining and development of associated industries. He said that the significant milestone was not only a testament to the dedication and hard work of Dangote Refinery, but also a reflection of the collective resolve of Quran to contribute meaningfully to the economic development and well-being of Nigeria. And now we'll move over to the foreign desk for more news.
This is news from the international scene. Olympic athlete Rebecca Cheptegei has died days after being doused in petrol and set on fire by a former boyfriend. The 33-year-old Ugandan marathon runner who competed in the recent Paris Olympics had suffered extensive burns after Sunday's attack. The authorities in northwest Kenya, where Cheptegei lived and trained, said she was targeted after returning home from church with her 2 daughters. Her father, Joseph Cheptegei, said that he has lost a very supportive daughter. A report filed by a local administrator alleged the athlete and her ex-partner had been wrangling over a piece of land. Police say an investigation is underway. Cheptegei, from a region just across the border in Uganda, is said to have bought a plot in Trans Nzoia County and built a house to be near Kenya's elite athletes training center. Attacks on women have become a major concern in Kenya. In 2022, at least 34% of women said they had experienced physical violence, according to a national survey. This tragedy is a stark reminder of the urgent need to combat gender-based violence, which has increasingly affected even elite sport, Kenya Sport Minister Chipkumba Murkomen said. An armed man has been shot dead by German police near the Nazi Documentation Center, an Israeli consulate in the southern city of Munich. The man, identified by police as an 18-year-old Austrian national, was hit during an exchange of fire with officers. Police said a man had been spotted in the area carrying a long firearm. 5 officers then exchanged fire with their service weapons. The Israeli consulate was closed at the time for a memorial service marking the 52nd anniversary of the 1972 Munich Olympics attack by Palestinian militants, which killed 11 Israeli athletes and a police officer. Bavarian Interior Minister Joachim Hemmann said there was no immediate motive behind the incident, but that it may have been linked to the anniversary. He added that it was possible the armed man had planned to attack an Israeli institution. Police said there was no indication of any other suspects in Thursday's incident. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his military must retain open-ended control over Gaza's southern border area with Egypt, known as the Philadelphia Corridor, digging into a position that threatens to derail ceasefire efforts. Netanyahu's stance on the corridor, which was seized by Israeli forces in May, has become the key obstacle to reaching a ceasefire deal in Gaza as pressure mounts on the Israeli leader amid mass protests domestically demanding that a deal be reached that that brings captives home and international outrage at the number of Palestinians confirmed killed by Israel's military in Gaza nears 41,000. Gaza must be demilitarized, and this can only happen if the Philadelphia corridor remains under firm control, Netanyahu told foreign journalists on Wednesday. Netanyahu said Israel must maintain control of the corridor to prevent weapons being smuggled into Gaza, and that Israel would only consider withdrawing from the strategic location when presented with an alternative plan to police the area. Still on the international scene, Russia said it will take retaliatory measures after the United States announced sanctions against the state-funded media network RT, threatening they will make everyone shudder. Washington's action against state broadcasters RT editor-in-chief Margarita Simonyan and her deputy Elizaveta Buskaya was an information campaign ahead of the U.S. presidential elections in November, Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said. On Wednesday, two other RT employees, Konstantin Kalashnikov and Elena Afansieva, were indicted by the U.S. for trying to influence the upcoming vote. They are accused of funneling $10 million to a Tennessee-based company that used social media influence to create and distribute content to U.S. audiences befitting the Russian government messaging. It is an obvious operation and information campaign that was long prepared and that is needed ahead of the last stage of the electoral cycle, Zakharova earliest told state news agency RIA Novosti, adding that the response will be harsh and will make everyone shudder. French President Emmanuel Macron has named Michel Barnier as Prime Minister almost 2 months after France's snap elections ended the political deadlock. Barnier, 73, is the EU's former chief Brexit negotiator and led talks with the UK government between 2016 and 2019. A veteran of the right-wing Republican Zellar Party, he has had a long political career and filled various senior posts both in France and within the EU. He will now have to form a government that can survive a National Assembly divided into 3 big political blocs, with none able to form a clear majority. Known in France as Monsieur Brexit, Barnier will be France's oldest prime minister since the Fifth Republic came into being in 1958. 3 years ago, he tried and failed to become his party's candidate to take on President Macron for the French presidency. He said he wanted to limit and take control of immigration. He said to succeed Gabriel Attal, France's youngest ever prime minister, who President Macron first appointed prime minister in early 2014 and who stayed in the post as caretaker since July. Lastly, on the international scene, Ukraine's parliament has approved President Volodymyr Zelensky's nominee, Andriy Sybiha, as the country's new foreign minister after accepting resignation of Dmytro Kuleba. The appointment of the deputy foreign minister as the country's top diplomat on Thursday is part of the latest reshuffle of Ukraine's government since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022, with Zelensky saying the country needs new energy. Kuleba, who offered his resignation on Wednesday, was not present in parliament for the vote. Local media reports said he would begin a new post for Ukraine's integration into NATO. Parliament has accepted the resignation of 2 deputy prime ministers and several ministers in the last 2 days. Sybiha, a career diplomat, worked for several years in Zelensky's office, overseeing foreign policy and strategic partnership. Analysts have said that they expect no change in Ukraine's foreign policy. During the war with Russia, the country's top diplomat Kuleba has often played second fiddle to the president's office on many key matters of foreign policy. And that's it from the international scene.
And now we'll move over to entertainment news. Alright, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at GalaxyTV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTVNews. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on Instagram page at GalaxyTV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share a story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 018-666-669. So our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live update and comment. You can also scan our IG QR code. And that's all we have on Galaxy Primetime News. Thank you so much for being a part of the news. My name is Nanwara Mazaka. Goodbye.
Is the scintillating title clash between the two top-ranked divisional contenders and perennial fan favorites, Faiz Jacobs.
I am the #1 bantamweight, yo. I'm coming.